Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Joshana, and we're gonna talk about some friggin' books. I have been wanting to do a try a chapter video for a while. I kind of, keep forgetting about it, and then I'll see someone do it, and it sparks it again. And finally, I'm going to actually do it, and it was sparked by Julie. Recently did it over at Pages and Pens, and I was like, I need to do that. So here we are. And this might be long, I don't know, we'll see, but because I have two stacks, it's 8 books total, 4 from the library and then 4 that are from the Bookcase Club subscription box that I had for a few months last year. So the first book that I have from the library is Inside, Out, and Back Again by Tengha Lai, and this was totally picked up on a whim. I didn't really know that much about it. I actually need to refresh my memory right now. I'm pretty sure it's a Vietnamese girl and her family, and they have to leave and relocate, I think, to the United States. Yes, I want to say to Georgia. Let's see if my memory serves me correctly. Dang it, it's Alabama. But anyway, yeah, they're in Saigon, but then the Vietnam War is happening, and so they are forced to leave and go to the United States. And yeah, and then the second one that I have is Your Welcome Universe by Whitney Gardner. I have heard about this one a little bit, and this cover, I'm sorry, but what? It's so pretty. The other one's pretty too. This one is about a girl who's deaf, if I remember correctly, and she's doing graffiti. There's friend drama. Yeah, it's like a story about friendship, and there's some art focus, and we have a deaf main character, so should be pretty interesting. Then we have Far From the Tree by Robin Benway. This I picked up because I have seen a few people talk about it, but specifically Ren over at A Bookish Balance. She raves about this, and it's a story of 3 people, oh god, but they're 3 kids who were adopted at birth to different families, and they're coming together now, and it's the story of that. And then we have The Dinosaur Lords, which, what? Dinosaur Lords? Are you kidding me? It's by, oh my god, it's too heavy for me to hold with 2 fingers apparently. It's by Victor Milan, and George R. R. Martin has a blurb on it saying it's a cross between Jurassic Park and Game of Thrones. I mean, it sounds like it, and it's just, Game of Thrones-esque as far as many different characters and things happening and people trying to take over and blah, 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 blah. But in this world, dinosaurs, are a thing still, and there's humans, and they ride the freaking dinosaurs into battle. I mean, how could I not try this out, right? 'Cause I feel like it could go either way. It could be really super cool or just terrible. All right, I'm going to pause now and go read the first chapter of, okay, I have read the first chapter of those 4 books, or first chapter-ish. I did not realize this book is all in prose. But yeah, it was pretty cute so far. This doesn't have chapters, so I just read down to page 15. I think I would read it. I could read it pretty quickly too, so that's awesome. This cover underneath. Pink. Oh my god, maybe I'll really love it and then I can buy it and have a pink hardcover. Far From the Tree, I read the first section, which was 16 pages in, or 15 pages in, talking about one of the characters, because there are, like I said, the 3 siblings, and oh my god, yeah, I really, really like it so far. Already kind of packing it's like a mini emotional punch, but there's some emotions happening. Honest to God, I might just buy this one if I can find it for a good price somewhere, because I just have a feeling I'm gonna like it enough to want to own it. And then Your Welcome Universe. I also thought this was really cute. The first bit I read 13 pages in. It was a couple chapters. They're very short chapters. So far I like our main character Julia's narrative voice, and it's very interesting already. Like I said, she's a deaf main character, and she also has 2 mothers. She calls them Ma and Me, mommy. And so far, yeah, the deaf representation I'm already learning things. Now moving on to this sucker. So the prologue starts on page 17. So I read the prologue, which is like 2 things, and then I read the first chapter, which goes to page 32. And yeah, I'm taking this one back to the library. I was so confused already. Like, there will be these different like dinosaurs, right? But they have like 7 names, and the author is using like all 7 different names in like 2 pages, like, and different characters talking about this one dinosaur and using all these different little nicknames, and like different places have different names and different people have different names, and let's just use all of them in the very first chapter. I'm very confused. The plot feels very muddled already. The characters, the world building, it just all feels muddled. So I am certainly not going to read a whole book of that. I'm just going to take it back. I'm kind of bummed because freaking riding dinosaurs into battle. That could be so awesome. So now moving on to the 4 books that were from my bookcase club box. I did already read, I read The Aeronaut's Windlass and I loved it. And there was another one too. At any rate, so the first one here I have is Departure by A.G. Riddle. I mean, just the cover alone is like not something I feel particularly enthused about. This one has a blurb from Diana Gabaldon of Outlander. It's a flight that loses power, crash lands in the English countryside, and these people are trying to stay alive, but the world they've crashed in is very different from the one they left. Where are they? How are they here? How will they get back home? There's a writer, a venture capitalist named Nick Stone, like the author, Nick Stone, a genetic researcher, computer scientist, and a son of a billionaire philanthropist. And there's these 5 people just trying to like figure this out. And film rights optioned by 20th Century Fox. I was just going to say, this seems like something I maybe wouldn't mind watching a movie about, but I don't know if I care to read a book about it. Then we have Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho. I have seen this one around, not a lot, but I have seen it, I think like on Goodreads a couple of times. But yeah, so it says, English magic faces its darkest hour. The Royal Society of Unnatural Philosophers, a respected organization, has been tasked with maintaining magic within His Majesty's lands, but the once proper institute has fallen into disgrace, naming an altogether unsuitable gentleman a freed slave who doesn't even have a familiar as its Sorcerer Royal. And people are pissed, I guess, and at least the society hasn't stooped so low as to permit women to practice what is obviously a man's profession. He sets on a path that will alter the nature of sorcery in all of Britain and the world at large. Okay. Then we have Beyond Redemption by Michael R. Fletcher. No idea. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is a world filled with a Geisteskranken. I'm probably saying that horribly wrong. Men and women whose delusions manifest, twisting reality, trying to create order from chaos. They believe that there's a young boy who must ascend to become a god that they can control, but they think this would be God. I'm describing this so well. Okay, this could be cool, or it could be weird. And then this is one that I talked about in a recent tag video, Zero World by Jason M. Hugh. This thing is fucking enormous, and it's supposed to be, it says it's has the adrenaline of a high-octane James Bond adventure with mind-blowing sci-fi speculations worthy of Christopher Nolan's Inception. Again, sounds like something I might want to watch a movie about, but I don't know if I want to read it because it sounds tedious. I just don't know if I'm going to like this at all. I'll get back to you though. I'll go read the first chapters and tell you how I feel. Okay, I'm back. I almost fell asleep and I am covered in cat hair now, but I'm back. The first one I tried was Zero World. I read the first chapter, which was 12 pages, and I mean, I didn't hate it. It was kind of interesting, and I think I might keep it and try it someday. So, hey, cool. Then I gave Beyond Redemption a try, and I actually think I might like this one as well. Oh, P.S. Zero World, I would need to find in an ebook copy because that thing is just so huge and uncomfortable to hold. So this one was a delight. And yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. The three main characters that were introduced in the first full chapter, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's like a page prologue. And then the first chapter was 9 pages. And yeah, these three main characters have a pretty cool dynamic. They kind of just hate each other, but they have to work together. We don't yet know why, but I am intrigued. Just in the first 9 pages, I already have a very good picture of these three characters and who they are, and a little bit more than surface level, I guess, and I'm enjoying it. Then we have Departure, again by A.G. Riddle. This one I also didn't hate. I read the first 2 chapters, which was 9 pages, and it's like each chapter is one of the characters' like perspective or whatever. But yeah, we start right away with the crash, and I don't know, it was kind of interesting. I just don't know if I would care. I don't know. I wasn't hooked. I might hang on to it for a hot second, but I think I actually might just unhaul it. I'll probably unhaul it. And then the most surprising out of these was Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho. This is the one that I assumed I would like over all the others, and I kind of was like, eh. I don't know if it's because it's the last one that I was reading, the 8th book this afternoon that I'm trying a chapter on, and I just was kind of like, ugh, I don't care anymore. So yeah, I just kind of didn't care, and I'll probably keep this one around and maybe try it someday, but I'm not in any big yank. Out of these ones, honestly, probably the first one I would want to read is Beyond Redemption, and then Zero World, and then Sorcerer to the Crown, and yeah, I'm just gonna unhaul this. I don't care. Yeah, so there we have it. Those are the 8 books. The library books, one's definitely going back. One might go back just because I'm going to buy it already. But I'll definitely be reading the other 2 and checking them out. And then those 4 books from the Bookcase Club, I actually am going to keep all of them but one and put 2 of them kind of on the higher priority list. So that's cool. I want to do more of these, especially when I have library hauls. I go crazy at the library sometimes. Like, I'm actually going to put myself on a library ban, aside from books that I specifically need, like for my monthly series and such. And right now, because of my book outlet and my Amazon hauls around the Christmas holiday, I have a lot of unread books now for me. I see people that talk about having unread books in like the hundreds and 200s, and that would just stress me out. Like, oh my God. I normally have maybe like 10 or so unread books that I own, and right now I think I have like 15 to 20 or something like that, and it's stressing me out. And I'll probably do a try chapter for those too, but I need to get through those before I go crazy at the library again. And I know sometimes you can't get a full feel for a book. I mean, that's why like the Sorcerer to the Crown, that one I'm kind of like, I wasn't hooked, but like I might like the book as a whole. The Dinosaur Lords though, that was one where just I was like, nope, I'm already just all the nope. All right guys, thank you so much for your time. Like and comment down below if you have any opinions on any of these books I showed you, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.